a home and pay property taxes here. I've been involved in hundreds of causes throughout our community. In the state Senate, I've kept my commitments. Repealing the MTA payroll tax for 80% of employers, I sponsored the property tax cap and reduced middle-income tax rates to the lowest level in 60 years. I also eliminated the saltwater fishing license fee and created the PFC Joseph Dwyer program for our vets. I have served our country as a paratrooper in Iraq with the 82nd Airborne and continue to serve as a major in the reserves. My opponent doesn't own a home here, hasn't ever paid a dime of property taxes here. He hasn't earned $1 of income from a job in 4 years. His only alleged claim to fame was that he was an SEC prosecutor. Only problem is, he never prosecuted. And to boot, he resigned from the SEC after an IG investigation found that he violated SEC rules by revealing confidential information about a JP Morgan whistleblower who ended up losing his job and getting fired as a result. He is lying about my record on Obamacare and taxes. And all of these lies are bankrolled almost entirely by California Democrats with deep ties to Nancy Pelosi. He even mailed his candidacy papers from San Francisco. You can't trust this guy. Tonight, you will hear more of his lies. This is his 5th attempt at this seat, and he's desperate. He will say anything, do anything, and spend any amount of his California Democratic money to buy a seat in Congress. Instead, you can vote for the Long Island Republican, who is one of us. That's why...
Now, I must take a moment to respond to my opponent's opening statement here. And it's absolutely unbelievable that we're running for Congress and there are all these important issues, and my opponent's going to make his entire campaign about personal attacks. So I want people to notice here that I'm going to focus on the issues, Obamacare, taxes, the issues that matter to the people of the 1st District. I'm not going to hurl personal insults about all sorts of unsubstantiated charges. I'm going to focus on the issues, and I'm going to focus on the record that my opponent has compiled in Albany. It's a terrible record. I understand why he wants to avoid that. The fact is, he went to Albany and he voted for Obamacare. He voted for higher taxes. He voted with Sheldon Silver. He voted with the Democrats. And so the only way to avoid having to talk about his record is to talk about personal attacks. And we can go through them all one by one. But Lee, it's not the kind of guy you used to be. It's not the kind of guy who's telling you to say these things. I don't know. But this is not the campaign that you should be running. You're better than that, Lee. And frankly, I think you ought to talk about the issues with the people of Long Island.